I was born in Fort McMurray, raised there. Waterways. My stepfather worked the railroad, so that's where we were most of the time.
Yeah.
Along the railroad line, and we were in the trop line. Moved back to Waterways in '66. And that's where I stayed.
Why is it important to preserve and protect Métis culture?
To be honest with you, our culture is dying because nobody's following tradition anymore. It's being lost, even the language. Nothing is the way it used to be when I was growing up.
How do we shift from that?
Now, how can we shift from that? We all have to get involved. Parents have to get involved.
What is Métis culture?
What is Métis culture? Living off the land. You're traditional. I'm Métis. I was born and raised Métis. So that's what I stick with.
Where do you see the nation going?
Hopefully for a better future. A lot of changes can happen within the community. And there's some things that have changed already that I see. And if we continue on that path, we could be successful in many ways. A lot of ways. But we have to work together. If we don't work together, it's not going to work. Everybody has to pull together and support one another. For the nation itself, we have a diverse culture, right? And that's where the teachings should be. The younger generation, they need to be taught what is the Métis culture. They need to be active and need to participate. Families need to teach their kids. Without the teachings, they're not going to know who they are. Identity will be lost. And that's where we're headed. We're lost.
What's your 5 favorite things about being Métis?
Being Métis, to a certain extent, we have our freedom. One of the biggest things. We have our traditional ways. We have people within the community who will give support where it's needed. Living here is another one. It's a quiet area to be in.
What does a senator do?
Everything and anything. You have to be involved in your community. You got to share your knowledge where it's needed. You don't share your knowledge with these younger people who are with us, it's not going to go nowhere, right? They're not going to know anything.
What inspires you to stay involved and be involved?
I like the surroundings. I like the people, the laughter, the jokes. There's a lot of things in this community that you could look at and say, okay, I love being here. You know, you can go out in the bush.
Yeah.
What more do you want? I can go in the backyard and look for a rabbit, but there's none.
You like to cook. How did you start cooking?
How did I start cooking? Oh my goodness, I learned that as a kid. Started cooking early. When you raise a family, you have to learn things on your own. You don't learn, you don't eat. You will starve your family. You have to learn how to do things, even with the basic stuff that you have in your cupboard.
Is the younger generation learning how to cook and learning how to do things?
A lot of them do learn how. Well, because they have to, right?
How many grandkids?
Adopted, altogether 12.
Do your grandkids give you joy?
Oh yes, big time. Keep me on my toes, keep me busy. What can I ask for, right? I've got great grandkids too. I'm active. I don't slow down for nobody.
What's your message for the younger generation that are part of the nation?
I guess one of the biggest things for them is participate, education, traditional stuff. Learn your culture. Visit the elders. You have to pick up knowledge somewhere along the way. If you don't pick that up as a young person, you're not going to know what's in your community or within your culture.
Why are Métis people so connected to the land?
Because that's how we were raised. Without that, we wouldn't be here.
Do you think Indigenous people appreciate land in a sense that's a little deeper than most people?
A lot of us. We like to go out. The younger generation like going out. With that teaching, that's good, because that was our way of life, living off the land, living off the bush, living off the animals. How else would we be here? We wouldn't be able to survive.
So when did the nation start?
The nation was here way before I was. I know when we were living here, I didn't even know there was a Métis president, because there was nothing here. What you see here today, on this end, there was only a few houses, and now you see houses all along here. I left for 27 years, and then I decided to come back, and a change, big change.
Why was credible assertion so important?
Because we wanted to be on our own. Self-governance, and that's what we fought for.
And now you've achieved that. How does it feel?
Good. As long as there's no interference, we're good to go. Keep looking forward, put your best foot ahead of you. You know, if we don't do that, then we're nowhere.